Hello my lovely readers and queers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Franny and today I have a very exciting video for you because today I am going to share with you my Pride Month TBR, aka my June TBR, aka my Queer Lit Readathon TBR. Yes, you heard right, it's that time of the year and I am so excited. I could not wait for June to come, and I'm particularly excited about this round of the Queer Lit Readathon because it is the 13th round and I'm a 13th baby. I was born July 13, unfortunately not June 13. That would have been awesome. But anyway, since this is a very special number to me, I want to go out with a bang. I want to challenge myself to do something that I've never done before. The Queer Lit Readathon is a readathon dedicated to queer books, and it was created by our lovely hosts Kathy and Rogan. I will leave the links to their channels in the description down below. And every round they create a bingo board. This is the bingo board for this round, which is basically an ensemble of prompts to inspire you, to guide you, and to challenge you when it comes to the books that you're going to choose for the readathon. Obviously, it is not mandatory. This is not something that you have to do in order to join in. But you know, I think it's a very nice challenge. And here's where I want to challenge myself for this round, because this being the 13th round and me being a 13th baby, I want to try and do 13 prompts. I cannot take it back. I said it. We shall see. Now, my TBR. My TBR is not complete, I have to say. I have chosen quite a lot of books that I would like to get around to and that fit these prompts, the 13 prompts that I want to do. But there are some missing pieces in the puzzle. I didn't want to restrict myself too much because that's not the way to go with me. You know, I have to leave myself some leeway, some back doors open in case I need to pick up something different that strikes my fancy. And that is why, if you want to know what books I'm actually going to get around to in the month of June, you have to stay tuned and watch my June wrap-up when it comes out and subscribe if you're not yet. But let's stop rambling and let's see what books for now are actually on my TBR and why they're there. So I am not gonna go into too much detail. I will just tell you the book that I would like to read and why I chose it for what prompt, and that's basically it. And to give some sort of order to this video among the chaos of, you know, yours truly, I have divided the books that I have chosen into physical books, ebooks, and audiobooks. This time I'm going to leave the audiobooks for last. I'm going to start with the ebooks and physical books and then audiobooks, and there's a reason for that, so we shall get back to it. Let's keep the bingo board in mind and let's go see what books I want to read, what ebooks. The Heartbreak Bakery by A.R. Capetta. This is a young adult that I chose for two prompts, which are magic and continued. Continued because that is my personal interpretation of the prompt continued. I had actually started this book in March and I was absolutely loving it. Oh my goodness, I was loving it. I was reading it so fast. And then we were moving houses, things were happening, and I didn't have the actual physical time to sit down and read with my eyeballs, and I was reading it from my Kobo. And so I just kind of stopped, which was such a huge shame because I was loving it. And I think that now that I pick it back up for the Queer Lit Readathon, I'm actually going to restart it because I was really loving it. And there are some scenes that are, you know, on my mind and that I would like to read again, even if I know what happens, because they were that good. And I chose it for the prompt magic because Sid, the main character in this book, is a baker, and basically they're going through a breakup and they bake some brownies, and it turns out that people who eat these brownies break up with their partners. So, you know, there's some magic in this book, and I love the fact that then they're going to try and, you know, fix what they've done, breaking these people up with other food, with other baked goods that are infused with other types of magic to, you know, make people reconnect. And that is so exciting. Oh my goodness, I cannot I cannot wait to get back to this one. It's going to be so, so good. Next is In Defense of the Act by Effie Black. And this book comes highly recommended from a booktuber that I adore and follow. And that is Hannah from Hello Bookworm. I have shouted out her channel previously in a video of mine. From what she said in her review, I know that I can choose this book for the mental health prompt. It is a novella. It's under 200 pages. And since I want to try and read quite a few books in the month of June. First, because it's Pride Month, and I also want to read a lot of queer books during Pride Month. And second, because I am a little bit too behind on my Goodreads reading challenge, so I need to, pick up the pace a little bit. And short books are definitely gonna help with that, so I absolutely want to read this for way too many reasons, as you can see. Then I have 4 Minutes by Natalia Deleva. This is another short book, another novella that was originally published in Bulgaria, so it has been translated, and that's why I chose it for the prompt international, because it is set and written by an author that is from a different country from my own, and from the country in which I live, and for the prompt number in the title, because 4 minutes. And actually, the title is a nod to a social experiment that kind of inspired this book. And the hypothesis of the social experiment is that it only takes 4 minutes looking into someone's eyes and listening to them to create an empathy connection with them. And I think in this book there are some chapters narrated by the points of view of characters that are not the main character, and their chapters are supposed to be read in around 4 minutes, because that's the time that supposedly should be enough to create some sort of connection with them, and that is so interesting. I don't remember what this book is about, but I do remember that, and that's enough. I am so excited. And the last ebook that is, for now, on my TBR is A Burst of Light and Other Essays by Audre Lorde. When I saw the prompts Black History and Immigrants, this is the book that came to mind, because of course Audre Lorde is such a huge figure in Black history. She is a Black queer activist, poet, writer, philosopher, and her parents were immigrants coming from the Caribbean. It fits the prompts, and it gives me the perfect excuse to finally get around to this and finally, discover some of Audre Lorde's writing, and I'm very excited about that. Moving on to physical books. The first one that I'm going to show you kind of follows a new tradition that I set out for myself, and that is to read older YA books that are kind of part of the canon, if you want to put it that way. And so for the prompt rainy day read, I decided to pick up Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I'm sorry, the cover is reflecting the light a bit too much. I'm gonna put it down. So, Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. This book came out in 2012, and I saw on Goodreads that it is tagged as queer, so I hope that it's queer, because I didn't know that it was, but when I found out, I thought it was perfect for this prompt, because last year, for Pride Month, I read The Miseducation of Cameron Post. That was one of the very famous, very beloved YA queer books. And so I think that Ask the Passengers is going to be the same, and I cannot wait. Hopefully I get around to it. It looks thick, the margins are wide, and I am seeing lots of dialogues, so hopefully I can do this. Hopefully, but I might change for my rainy day read, because there are other physical things, and I got them from my local library, and so I, need to give them back. So I need to read them. Also because they are really going to help me with my Goodreads reading challenge. They are 6 graphic novels belonging to the same series, and that is Lumberjanes. There you go. Now it's better. Anyways, last year, I think during Pride Month, yes, I think it was in June, I read Nimona by Andy Stevenson, and I loved it. I loved it. It was so, so good. I was not expecting it. I was not expecting for it to be as good as it was. It was fantastic. There's a reason why it's such a famous graphic novel. And last week, Wifey and I watched the movie adaptation. Finally, we watched Nimona, that is on Netflix. My goodness, it was so well done. It's different, a little bit different from the graphic novel, but it was so well done. Oh my goodness, like, talk about a whole movie being a metaphor for being queer. And so it really put me in the mood to read something else that was written and illustrated by Andy Stevenson, and I cannot wait. I am so excited. They're not too long, but they're 6. So, and obviously I'm going to use the Lumberjanes series for the prompts graphic and Great Outdoors, because I mean, I don't know if they're scouts, but I think they go camping in all 6 volumes, I think. And I think that's it for the physical books for now. There are a few more actually that are on my mind and that I would really love to read in the month of June, but I don't know if I can make it happen. I don't know. I will try, and if I do, you will be the first ones to know, you know, when you watch my June wrap-up, but we shall see. We shall see. I want to read so many more books, you guys. The time. And now onto the audiobook. Now you're going to see why I'm saying that this TBR is not complete. It cannot be, because for now, on my list, on my TBR, there are only 3 audiobooks. And there's no way in a month I'm only listening to 3 audiobooks. That's never happened. Like at least 4. That's the bare minimum. On my list, I have Evenings and Weekends by Oisin McKenna. All I know about this one is that it is set in the UK in 2019, and from what I remember, it talks specifically about being a millennial and having to live in today's society, how hard it is to find jobs, to earn money, to build your life. That is definitely interesting, definitely relatable. I cannot wait to listen to it. Then I have The Z Word by Lindsay King Miller. I am not saying too many positive reviews about this one, but it sounds like a romp. I really want to read it because it is set during the month of Pride, and I think there's an apocalypse or something, and there are zombies, and the main character finds herself having to like escape and run away with her ex, and perhaps other 2 that are kind of like in a non-monogamous relationship or something like that. Like, it sounds crazy and all over the place. I want to give it a try. You know, if it's bad, it's bad, and I'm going to tell you, but I want to give it a try. I think it could be the right kind of trashy weird that I enjoy. And the last audiobook on my TBR for now is The Queer Girl Is Going to Be Okay. Of course she is, by Dale Wells. And the audiobook is narrated by the same person who narrated Her Own Happiness. It is a debut, it's a young adult novel, and it is about a girl who is making a documentary to get into college, I think, about queer love. And I love that. Oh, the sun is coming out. Actually, I forgot to tell you the prompts for which I chose these books. So, Evenings and Weekends, I chose for the prompt night, because evenings, you know, makes me think of the night. It counts. The Z Word I chose for the prompt Creepy Queers, because it is, you know, supposed to be a horror queer novel. And The Queer Girl Is Going to Be Okay I chose because I wanted to read it. Doesn't fit any prompt, but you know, not everything needs to fit a prompt. We can think outside the box. We can think outside the square. Jesus, the sun really came out, huh? Get it? So, looking at the bingo board, I have books for the prompts: graphic, number in the title, Rainy Day Read, Night, International, Black History, Immigrants, Great Outdoors, Mental Health, Creepy Queers, Continued, and Magic. And I have the box with the question marks, because that's a prompt that we can choose, and for as long as I've participated in the Queer Lit Readathon, that free prompt for me has always been queer audiobooks. Now, if I can find a queer audiobook narrated by a queer narrator, that would be double points. Bonus points. I don't know how bingo works. So that makes a total of 13 prompts. I am so excited. I'm trying to avoid the sun, but it's unavoidable. And this is it. We're done. So thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it a lot. And let me know if you are going to participate in the Queer Lit Readathon. Let me know what books you're going to read for it. If you have made a video, let me know, leave it linked, do whatever you want, but let me know. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Click on the bell icon if you want to get notified when I post new videos. I have a coffee account if you know, want to give me a tip, a virtual coffee, however you want to put it, that's the way to do it. And I am done talking now. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon in another video, but until then, have a good one, take care, and keep reading queer books. Warm hugs. Bye.